This week was crazy. I loved it though. I learned about zines and how I can express myself through them.
It's not what I expected at all. I thought we were just going to be like doing some painting, but it was actually a lot of fun. I learned a lot of new things.
I didn't think we were going to go upstairs and do screen printing or anything.
Part of me kind of felt like this might be kind of boring, and I had more fun than I thought I would.
And there was no pressure, it was just all fun games all around. It was great. It was just overall really cool. So.
Being able to do art and being able to think creatively are necessary to do anything. And to be able to express yourself clearly, whether that's through words or through pictures or just through speaking, is really important. And being able to be in groups with people who are learning the same thing and taught by people who do that professionally is really encouraging and important.
As an artist in general, trying something new is always important, and you always learn from it, whether or not you realize right then. You know, you might come back to that later and realize how much you learned from something that was taught to you a long time ago.
So they took to it really quickly. They're really fast learners, and that was, when I saw the age group immediately at the beginning, I thought, well, I'm gonna have to tweak it, bring it down a bit, but they met it and exceeded it.
I wanted to do zines for the kids because they're a really quick way to make art and a really efficient way to get your message across, and I think they're like immediate gratification and good for people who love art and good for people who maybe art's not their favorite thing. I would like them to feel empowered to get their voices out. I think that's why zines are so powerful, is because you can make them for almost no money, you can make them really quick, and you can distribute them to anybody. So I would like them to be able to take that format, and even if they just do it about the things that they like or things that they're passionate about, I think that's really powerful.
What makes zines unique are the people making them. So it's zines from all over the place, so everybody, black, white, Latino, Asian, anybody who's 9 years old to 65 years old, talking about whatever crazy experiences that they have in their lives and things that they've learned that they want to highlight or teach other people about. And so for me, zines are really the most democratic exchange of information, because there's no editor, there's nobody telling you can't do it. There's no limitations to what you can talk about, and there's no editing of the content. So I think young minds, in a lot of ways, they don't have any ego that's holding them back or anything that's criticizing their work, and so it's just raw, true expression.
Like in the zine, I was able to show how other people view me and how I view myself and things I like.
It was just so much fun to cut out things and learn about how to just create stuff, just out of nothing, literally just out of magazines, and making it your own.
The favorite part about my zine is the animals I created. I would cut out eyes and put them on different animals or bodies.
Well, I learned how to make zines, so I might keep on making them and might sell them as well.
Being at UK, it's pretty cool.
Especially since the college students are still here, you get to see how it really is.
It gives me a little bit of an idea of what it'd be like to come here as a student, which I think would be cool.
I really like the workspaces, and I really like the outside exhibitions because they're just ever changing. There's new stuff I haven't even seen, even though we walked around here just 2 days ago.
I talked to the students about the college preparation process, being able to take advantage of their resources, resources such as taking the ACT or the SAT early, reaching out to their college recruiter, making sure that they have a great relationship with their counselor in high school, think about doing a resume, think about shadowing a professional in a career field that they're interested in. I think that the Lyric is doing an awesome job in making sure that younger students are prepared for college. Programs such as these with the visual art performance.
To keep our kids doing stuff. I think that's the main thing. I think that's the most important part in this whole thing. If our students are seeing these positive things going on as far as these positive resources, I think we can prepare them for life and prepare them academically, prepare them for whatever step they plan on taking.
The instructors were fun. They were really funny.
They were super fun, and they even like helped us find magazines of certain things that we wanted, which was like beyond helpful, mainly because we could have even done that ourselves, but they were just always there telling us exactly what we need to do and like how we can do it.
If you didn't understand anything, they could explain it. And then if you were feeling like you weren't really sure about something, they would help like encourage you to keep doing it.
Like, since everybody was nice here, I just feel like I can be myself.
It was really great. They were super receptive. I could really tell they were listening. As soon, their attention would wander off a little bit, but as soon as we brought it back, they totally got it, did a really great job. And I think everyone's creative, and people just need encouragement and to not be afraid to express themselves, which is why we're here to help them push through that.
I think they're all really smart kids, and I wish I could see, in the future, what they're gonna do and become, because I think they all have really bright futures.
Well, I come from Mexico. I'm born in Mexico, was raised in Texas, and then we moved up to Lexington. But a lot of what I used to identify myself a lot, when I was younger was the Mexican flag. So a lot of the flag that I kind of kept on my person. I always had my passport, my Mexican ID, all of that. There was a lot of pride instilled in me through my flag, and a lot of my identity came through that. And then being able to kind of speak to those things. So I figured, as somebody leaving their home country, going somewhere else, something that you always kind of look to is your flag, is just a symbol for your nation, right? So that's the biggest, signifier of identity. So I ran with that.
I really love teaching people how to screen print. It's just really cool seeing them collaborate, because permit game is a really collaborative medium, and a democratic medium, just like the zines are. So having them all involved, and it was great. I think that they liked it. I think they liked it because it was messy, and it was more like hands-on, and they were, physically doing things. And a lot of them liked, going up to wash out the screen, and they thought that was cool. And the whole process is pretty interesting, especially if you've never done it before.
So whenever we went up to expose the screens, a lot of times I was quizzing them throughout, and they understood it all. The washout, all of that, they loved the washout. So the washout and the printing, what all really went pretty smooth, especially the group printing on the flags themselves. So just had to explain it maybe once, 2 times, and they got it. They ran with it. Well, most college students, it takes them a whole semester to learn. They picked up on it in a couple of days.
I like screen printing. There's a whole bunch of different things you can make with it.
It was cool to see how you could move like the ink over a template, and like some of the ink would go through and then just make what you wanted.
By expressing what your community means through art, it can like reach such a huge scale. Like for instance, through a mural, like people are can be walking by that mural all the time.
Some of my first art experiences were through classes like this, and really kept me creative and gave me more ideas, and I still think about those classes a lot. I think about the things that we did and the ways that we approach things, and really fundamental. And even if you're not planning on being an artist or you don't use it, I think just being able to think that way is really important.
I'd recommend it to a lot of students because it gets you knowing other people, and you can learn new things about art mediums and curriculums in art that you never knew were possible.
Because I didn't know there was this many things that you could do with art. Because if you have something to say but don't know how to say it, then you can use art to say it.
I felt I stepped a little out of my comfort zone, and like I was with other people.
Yes, I definitely did, because I don't think I'm such a good artist, but this was just super fun, so I didn't really care, to be honest. And it was just all about like improving artwork and learning about artwork, and that's just the most important thing.
And I feel like as a group, they really, came together to make their flags. They made a lot of decisions together. So having them exposed to that whole other half that people don't really know about is the collaborative element. I think that was probably one of the better parts of the project.